Welcome to another Ryan Sports Views. Today, I am reviewing this morning. Sweden won, Canada won, 2-3 in penalties for Canada. Canada wins the Canadian women's national team, our gold medalists at Tokyo 2020. What a game. What a game. Crazy, amazing match. Amazing match. Had so much fun watching it. It was very tense for a while, but they won the penalty shootout. Stone cold Stephanie LeBay. Good saves. Lots of mind games, and it worked out. Even if Canada's penalty takers weren't the best. You know where I'm going for woman of the match. But first off, the goals as follows. In the 35th minute, Stina Blackstenius gets the ball in behind. Good play, takes a shot. LaBay doesn't know where it's going. She's not on the ball at all. Blackstenius puts it in. Pretty easy goal. A good goal too, but pretty easy for her standard. That's 1-0 Sweden. Then in the 68th minute, Canada gets a penalty. Christine Sinclair taken down in the box. They go to VAR. They check it. They give the penalty. Jessie Fleming gets handed the ball like the USA game. Takes it opposite side as the USA penalty. Gets it past Lindahl to make it 1-1. That's the way it would end. Goes to extra time. Still after extra time, it's 1-1. Then in the penalty shootout, Aslani misses her penalty in the first round of penalties. Jessie Fleming goes back up. Doubles it. Gets another penalty goal past. It's 1-0 Canada after the first round. Bjorn makes her penalty to make it 1-1. Ashley Lawrence misses. It's 1-1. Skoga scores penalty 2-1. Vanessa Gilles misses. Sadly, this tournament has been all about her. Vanessa Gilles. Amazing player. And I said good player during the She Believes Cup. Didn't talk much about her. Looking back at that US-Canada game back in February, should have talked about her more in that video, but don't worry, we'll make that right in this one. But sadly, misses the penalty 2-1. Anne Vergaard misses her penalty. Adriana Leon misses hers. It's still 2-1. Seeger misses her penalty. Deanne Rose scores hers. The Florida Gator chomps down, ties it up 2-2. Anderson misses her penalty. No relation, by the way. Julia Grosso wins it for Canada, makes it 3-2 on penalties. Canada wins the gold medal. Now, the stats are as follows, and it's not as many as I normally have because Sky Sports is not good with the stats, and Google took away the stats for the Olympics because they need their Olympics hub. So, yeah, hat flick for you, Google. Screw you. Well, that may not be the best idea considering I'm on a Google platform, but I don't care. I don't care. 30 shots to 13, 6 shots on target to 4, 51% possession to 49% possession, 12 fouls to 9, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 14 corners to 5. Wow, this game. The first half was even. Canada had their chances, but Sweden dominated late. Second half, that was all Canada. Extra time, first half, I would say Canada had a couple chances, but Sweden mostly, and Sweden looked the best in the second half of extra time. So both teams had their moments. I would say Canada dominated for about half of the game overall, the 120 minutes. Then Sweden dominated for the other 60 of the 120, the other hour of it. And then the penalty shootout, well, for me, Canada, I'm happy they got out of it with a win. I'm happy they got gold. Listen to me when I say this before you all throw tomatoes at me if you're Canadian fans. We shouldn't have got out of that with a gold medal. Stephanie LeBay, woman of the match, cuz made amazing saves. Probably not 100%. Her ribs are probably still hurt. Let's just clear that one up. Her ribs are probably still hurting. Got taken out of the first game, couldn't play the second. Sheridan played against Chile. Right. So, not 100%, right? Probably not. Busts her butt. No, busts her ass to keep this tied and then win the penalty shootout. Canada's penalty takers did not do her any favors at all. No, not one bit, all right? Yes, they scored enough penalties to win. They weren't great. It's like TFC. If Chivas missed penalties, or Seattle missed penalties, or Montreal missed penalties, they were still bad penalties. They just got the benefit of some terrible penalties from Sweden and Stephanie LeBay being a mentality monster. Stone cold. Like Gigi Donnarumma. Come on now. That's kind of like what this was too. Italy-England wasn't very good of a penalty shootout either, but they got it done. Canada had it done. They got it done too, right? So with that said, Stephanie LeBay is the woman of the match. Now, Vanessa Gilles, if you don't want to go with Stephanie LeBay as player of the tournament for Canada / woman of the match, because she won this gold medal. And she had great performances in every match that she played. The 4 matches and a half. And she pretty much won us that penalty shootout against Brazil too. So, if you don't want to go down the route of LeBay as player of the tournament, it's got to be Vanessa Gilles. Vanessa Gilles, this was her breakout moment. Now, she was good against the USA in the She Believes Cup. I covered that game. Live and RSR. I covered that game. Now, Vanessa Gilles, amazing player. Wonderful defensively. Is not scared to make a tackle and get stuck in and crunch somebody. That's CONCACAF. She's got CONCACAF in her DNA. And I love it. I wish Canada, the men, had a defender like that. Maybe all I'm going to say is the next time they connect on an international window, women and men, have Vanessa Gilles run a training session with the men's defenders, because wonderful. Now, of course, the men were okay in the Gold Cup. They were good. They were good against Mexico, but this is what you want out of a defender. One of the best defenders I've ever seen, men or women, Vanessa Gilles. Seriously. I'm not saying she's better than Virgil van Dijk, but top 5 in the world, co-ed. Seriously, she's that good. Vanessa Gilles. She is that good. Top 5 in the world defender. Whether you're a man or woman, she's top 5. Right now. Right now, I'm telling you. I will stick to that. You play a co-ed game of football with the best players. You have 2 teams. And you have half and half. You put Vanessa Gilles on one team, you're getting a clean sheet. Put her with Omar Gonzalez, you're going to get a clean sheet, frankly. That's what I think. That's what I think. She's that good. Actually, speaking of that, I don't know if she'll help Omar Gonzalez. She actually has pace. Yeah. Even when you're not talking about TFC, you're still on Omar. Yes, I am. Why wouldn't I be? He's horrible. But, back to the point. I'll get on him if he screws up on Saturday. But, besides the point. Vanessa Gilles, top 5 center back in the world, men or woman. You have a co-ed list, she's top 5. She's top 5. Maybe top 3. She's that good. Seriously. Tactically, amazing. Not scared to get stuck in. Makes amazing tackles. Amazing at heading. She wins every ball. Her head is like a magnet. She wins every ball. Every one. I've never seen her lose a header. An aerial duel. I've never seen it. I have not seen it. All right? I have not seen that. Amazing. Other great players that I want to talk about in this tournament. Julia Grosso. She won us the tournament with a penalty. She's played well. She was a late sub in most of the games, but I thought she was good. Let's see here. Kadisha Buchanan, of course, great. She was great defensively. Ashley Lawrence, also another great player. For me, Jessie Fleming, also a great player. Janine Becky didn't break out like I thought she would after the Chile game. She had one good game. Other than that, no. Christine Sinclair, good leader. And she gets her gold medal, and I'm happy for Christine Sinclair. She deserves that gold medal. She deserves to be a champion, and she finally is. Best women's footballer ever. GOAT. Finally a champion. Just like Lionel Messi finally got his at Copa America, Christine Sinclair gets hers at the Olympics. You love it. Stuff a legend. Now, her being taken off late on in the game, I didn't like that, but Jordan Hadema really didn't make a difference anyway, frankly. I don't know why she's fallen so down the pecking order. I really don't. Like, I'm shocked to see Jordan Hadema not make that much of an impact. I've always thought she was a good player, a good footballer, but her making not much of an impact is sort of, it's shocking, right? I mean, does Bev Priestman not rate her? I don't know why. Like, that's something that's a question to me. Why doesn't Bev Priestman not rate Jordan Hadema? Is she coming off an injury? I think that was a little bit of a thing. I think if I remember correctly, she was coming off an injury, so that may have been a little bit of a thing. But you think she'd be good now? It was like early summer, but maybe Bev just doesn't rate her, which I'll defer to Bev Priestman considering she's a champion. John Herdman couldn't do that with a woman. Hunter Moeller was an absolute train wreck. Bev Priestman's a champion. I'll defer to her. I think Jordan Hadema's a great player. She shouldn't be unrated and dropped. But if Bev Priestman thinks so, I'm not going to disagree. She deserves to have her decisions and not questioned, at least for a year, considering she's a champion. John Herdman couldn't do it. He couldn't even do it with the men. He's got them close, but he couldn't even do it with the men. So John Herdman's good. He's not a puppet. That was debunked. But still, he wasn't a champion with a woman. Hunter Moeller was a disaster. I was on him the whole time. I never liked him. Never did. He was worse. This team, how they've grown under Priestman, has been amazing. This team would not have won gold under Hunter Moeller had he stayed. Had he chose to stay. Because it was his decision to leave. He didn't get sacked. He chose to leave. Probably because of the pandemic. If he would have stayed, they would have been knocked out probably in the groups or the quarterfinal. They would not have even medaled. Seriously. Bev Priestman's the reason this team won gold. Because tactically, she is a tactical genius. No joke. I've always rated Bev Priestman as a manager. The fact that in her first match, they lost to the U.S. 1-0. And it wasn't even that much of a dominant game by the U.S. And they've beaten the U.S. for the first time since 2002. 2002? I was 2 or 3 years old. The Algarve Cup. Back then. Means to me that Bev Priestman knows how to tactically outclass anybody. And besides, Vlatko Andonovski, side note, he ain't that good of a manager. Let's just clear that up right now. Bev Priestman's a better manager than Vlatko Andonovski. We found that one out. And Vlatko is not good at all. And if you think Vlatko is a good manager, shut up. You don't know football. You don't. No. And it's sad because Jill Ellis, we thought she just rolled the ball out for the USA. No, she was a good manager. Vlatko, no. He is not tactically good. He's a man manager. Well, if he's a woman manager, I guess he's a woman manager. But he's a player's manager is what I'm trying to say. He doesn't know tactics. Chris Armas knows tactics better than him. Okay, that's an insult. That's actually an insult. But point being is Beth Priestman is the best manager in CONCACAF and probably top 3 in the world for women's football. Honestly, probably better than Pia Sundhage as well, but we'll leave that where it is. I mean, she did beat Pia, but in the quarterfinals, but you could say what you want. You could say what you want. I've never really rated Pia Sundhage, but that's just me. With that said, with all that, congratulations to Canada for winning the gold medal. I rambled on a little bit. 15 minutes about this match where there wasn't many stats to talk about. I talked about all the players. Sweden dominated for sure, but we got into that. But Canada finished it off. So, with that said, Canada got the gold they deserve. I'm so happy. Am I going to cry off camera? Yes. I did a little bit already. I'm proud. I'm happy about Canada winning the gold medal. They deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve to be champions. Christine Sinclair, Quinn, Kadisha Buchanan, all of them. Stephanie LeBay, Jade Riviere, all of them. They deserve to be champions. And they got it. They are the queens of CONCACAF, and they are the queens of the world. And damn it, you know what? I'm going to stick to it. Canada's going to win the 2023 Women's World Cup. Watch this space. And I'll talk about it. Same time zone. Actually, no, it's Australia, so it's a little bit worse. But damn it, I'll be watching. I'll talk about it. You'll see me then. I'll have like 2,000 subscribers by then. Because, hey, I just hit 1,000, and I'll do a thank you on Sunday. But I could do lives at like 5 for Canada games. I could talk about the Gold Cup because it's at the same time. But in 2023 and the Nations League, don't forget, well, actually, that's probably March, so that's before. But Canada's going to make the Nations League finals in 2023. Men, watch this space. But since we're being positive and all that, with that said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Check out my Patreon. $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything is appreciated. Help support the channel. Be awesome if you do. Anything is appreciated besides the Patreon. Subscribe to the channel. Comments, likes, all that. Make this video do better than the last one. This is what you really wanted, so come on now. I don't think anybody really wanted that Comunicaciones Hunts Deportivo video. They were waiting for this, and they were like, what happened to the Canada video? Not knowing the match got postponed a little bit. But hey, you got both. Thanks to the weather. Thanks to Mother Nature. With that said, Canada is golden. I'm Ron, and I'm out. Peace. See you later. Oh, TFC video tomorrow. TFC NYCFC video tomorrow. Right? Yeah. Canada's golden. Champions. You love to see it. I'm Ron. I'm out. Peace. Breathe, everybody. Breathe.